What are the typical pawn structures in the Scotch Gambit? Have you ever wondered how pawn structures can shape the game of chess, especially in openings like the Scotch Gambit? Let's break down the typical pawn structures you might encounter in this dynamic opening. The Scotch Gambit arises from the Scotch game, where white plays the pawn to d4 early on, and black responds with d5. This leads to a series of pawn exchanges that create unique positions. In the Scotch Gambit, you will often see an open game. This means that several pawns are traded in the center, allowing for quick development and control of important squares. The central pawns, specifically the ones on d4 and d5, are frequently exchanged. This exchange can lead to a situation where white has pawns on e4 and possibly c4, while black maintains pawns on c6 and d5. Now let's talk about hanging pawns. In some variations, black may find themselves with hanging pawns on d5 and c6. These pawns can be both advantageous and a liability. They control key central squares, but they can also become targets for white's pieces if not handled carefully. Another important aspect is the queenside pawns. The pawn on c6 is particularly vital for black's control of the center and the development of their queenside pieces. White will often aim to challenge these pawns to gain a strategic edge. When it comes to the kingside pawns, they usually play a less active role in the early exchanges. However, their positioning can still impact the safety of the king and the movement of the pieces. In terms of practical applications, the pawn structures in the Scotch Gambit can help players create open lines. By trading pawns, players can open pathways for their pieces to attack or defend effectively. Controlling central squares like d5 and c6 is also key, as these pawns influence the mobility of pieces and control important diagonals. The open nature of the game allows for rapid piece development, which is essential for both attacking and defending. Understanding these typical pawn structures is vital for navigating the complexities of the Scotch Gambit. This knowledge can guide your decisions throughout the game, helping you to capitalize on the opportunities that arise from these unique pawn formations.